On my schedule for this week, I do have RIA 17 meeting at 6:30 at WSU on Tuesday. That's RIA.
Excuse me, that means the water resources inventory area.
Yeah, which has been going on for over 10 years, planning in this area. And did attend the meeting, was mentioned out at Fort Gordon with Department of Ecology. I thought they did a pretty good job of explaining the whole issue, although I keep telling them they ought to change this in-stream flow rule to the senior water rights protection rule. Maybe people would understand it a little better. Because that is what it does. It establishes the water right in the stream that protects fish interests, which people look at as going way back to well, before this area was settled. And related to treaty rights, and it gets real complicated, but it also protects all the senior water right users right now. And what I thought they could have done a better job was really explaining all the things they're doing now to expand the availability of water in these different basins, particularly the Chimicum one, which they told us would be. The proposal is to limit it to 109 more exempt wells in this reservation, but this is not a static number. This can change over time, and we're doing a lot of things to expand it already. The sewage treatment plant with reclaimed water is one mitigation. A lot of the work with the USGS study in the Chimicum Basin will help develop a model and lead to expanding some of that. The aquifer recharge study that the PUD is doing, and the possible use of Peterson Lake. There's just a whole, the rain catchment idea, there's a whole lot of things that are happening right now that they're working with us on to increase those numbers. So I think that's the positive way to look at it in terms of water management. So I hope that message gets out that it's really not static. There's just a lot of work to do.
Sure.
And that will continue, I'm sure.
And their ecology is working at getting a bigger water right for Pilsen.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
And hopefully work toward getting fire flow. However, fire flow requires a tank. Huge.
Right, and the water tank down there has its issues that they got with the Forest Service water system, but yeah, I think with the water system that we helped pay for with public infrastructure fund money, primarily that came from the economic development money that came back to the county from the state. And so we've, gosh, I'm trying to remember the number, 286,000 comes to mind, something in that neighborhood was money that the county's put into that system. So it's really gets down to basically just the hookup charges and all that the businesses and the people living down in Quilcene have to do, and that's going to really, I think, help that area to be able to expand that water system. And the PUD was disappointed in the amount of water rights it was able to get when it got it from the Forest Service, and that gets into a lot of complicated reasons. But once this in-stream flow rule is developed, it actually will open up the possibility of resolving a lot of water rights issues in this county.
PUD has a water right.
Yes, they do.
For the Quilcene
Water system.
water system.
But it's not as big as they need it to be.
Right.
So they'll be able to expand that water right through this flow through the process. So enable that to happen. So that's real
And
positive.
that really affects expansion down there, construction without having fire flow.
Oh, yeah. And just the use of your land. If you have to have a well, you have to have a wellhead protection area around that well. If each property has to have that, it's kind of, in addition, your septic has to be so far away from that area. So the septic and the wellhead protection area are two things that limit how you can expand on your property. So that'll take one of those away. The sewer system takes the other one away.
And the water that Quilcene has is coming
So, from wells.
from a well that was the US Forest Service, is that correct?
Yeah. So,
What about the county tap that's in the campground? Is that from a well, or is that from?
it
the
used to
water
be, and now it's hooked up to the water system.
system? That's an important resource for folks who live around there now.
And disconnecting from the well and decommissioning the well allows you to add those water rights to the PUD system to increase those. So, that's a good thing. Sometimes joke that there's only two people in the state that understand water law and they both disagree. So it gets pretty complicated. Trying to understand.